Hello, it is lovely to see you on the mat today. Welcome or welcome back to Yoga with Paige. Today we are energizing and awakening the mind and the body through a few different kinds of practices. So in this class today, we will work through some breath work, some gentle stretches. We find energy in the body through Sun Salutations, a nice little warm-up, before we find a little bit more power and strength in some strong warrior poses. So this class is all level friendly, but please remember to modify as you see fit. Add in any extra little movements that feel good to you, and we can get rocking and rolling on this nice energizing day. We begin today in easy seat, feet crossed at the ankles, sitting up nice and tall, reaching up through the crown of the head, maybe closing the eyes for a moment. Beginning to connect to the feeling of our breath, drawing yourself into this present moment, finding a few moments of peace to just be with yourself here. Allowing the breath to be natural and easy. And you are welcome to stay in this nice, easy pace of breath, or I invite you to try some skull shining breathing techniques called Kalabati, meant to energize your body, kind of start waking up the mind. So this breathing pattern is characterized by very quick bursts of exhales and a nice long inhale. So inhale, really fill the belly and the lungs, and then exhale, short little bursts. You can maybe take the hands to the belly so it can help you feel those quick little bursts. And we will kind of be mirroring this with our body today. So inhale and exhale. Really taking care to draw the navel into the spine on each little exhalation. Finding a few more rounds of breath wherever you're at, whatever you've chosen for yourself today. And we can meet back in a nice neutral spine whenever you're ready. Taking a few gentle neck rolls and twists to begin our practice, heading into a little warm-up here. So first, take the gaze over the right shoulder, nice and gentle. Back to center and over to the left side. Through center and one more time, gazing over the right. And then coming through over to the left. When we reach back a nice neutral spine, we're going to tilt the head up, gaze comes up, and then tuck the chin in. Feeling the throat as it opens on the inhale. And on the exhale, maybe we feel this stretch all the way down the spine. Take one more round of these. And then take your gaze forward, cross the hands over the chest, find a nice little hug for yourself here. And then tilt the head to the left shoulder and just find gentle little looks. So kind of just rotating here, seeing what you feel. Just notice where you feel this movement. moving carefully, just relieving some tension, maybe from sleeping a little funny. Finding one last breath before coming back through center. Uncross the arms, cross them the other way, and tilt the head to the right. Just finding what feels good to you here, what feels natural. Maybe a combination of different movements, working through the cervical spine, the base of the skull. And then releasing back whenever you're ready. Take the arms out, shoulder height really spread wide between the fingers, lifting the chest up high to the sky, drawing the scapula together. Elbows are bent, nice big cactus arms. Breathe in, and on your exhale, tilt the arms down. So the palms are facing forward. On the exhale, they now try to face the back of the room, rotating through the shoulder cuff. Inhale, palms face forward. Exhale, palms face back. We might not go exactly 90 degrees, that's fine. No need to force yourself here. Just gentle awakening. Be kind to yourself today. One more of these. Inhale, big full breath. Exhale, let it all go. Bringing the hands back up and crossing them back over the chest. Kind of cross one hand over the other, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, left arm extends out, taking the arm behind you, so opening in the front of this shoulder. Then come back to center, reset, and extend the right arm. Beautiful. One more time, each side. Left arm reaches back, and then the right. Coming back to center, extend both of the arms shoulder height and find small little arm circles. Still drawing the scapula together, nice and active arms here. Really reaching out as far as you can with the fingertips, finding length. Small little circles. And then reversing, going backwards. Getting that energy moving. Beautiful. Let the arms float down by the sides, and we come onto the knees at the kind of the back of the mat. So we're not coming into puppy pose, we're coming into a little active, modified downward facing dog. So the hands are not underneath the shoulders, they're in front of you. Sink the hips back, but don't let your back arch like this. This is not puppy pose. We want a nice active, so tilt the tailbone in, the pelvis in, connect to the core, draw the navel into the spine, ground down through the tops of the feet as you sink the hips back. Find length here for a breath. And then on your next exhale, walk the hands over to the right side, really reaching forward, getting a nice long stretch in the left side of the body. By the rib cage, the obliques, maybe the tops of the shoulder. And carefully come through center, walking the hands in the middle, and then over to the left, sinking down on the exhale. Staying nice and active, we still have our booty in the air. Breathe. Then come back through center and send the hips back, coming into a little child pose, keeping the big toes together at the back of the mat. Coming onto the forearms, taking one breath here to press through the forearms, lifting the chest. And then walk both of the arms over to the right side by this right knee. Palms come together. The left elbow is by the right knee as we reach the right up and find a little twist, pressing into the hands to help you twist from the spine. Gazing behind you. Take 2 big breaths here. And then gently lower down, walk those elbows back over to the left side and repeat. Creating space as we twist. Two breaths. And then gently come back down. Tuck the toes and make your way into your first downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet, kind of walking the dog here, taking your time, finding length, preparing to warm the body up with about 3 rounds of Sun Salutation A. So modify as you need. Remember that this is about finding connection to your breath, so matching your movements in conjunction with your breathing. So find your own pace, doesn't have to match mine. Reaching the heels down. Find one big breath, send the chest towards the legs. Then gaze at the hands. Make your way up to the top of the mat. And inhale, halfway lift, letting the fingers float up the legs. Exhale, fold. We can keep a bend in the knees if we need to. Inhale, reach up, hands meet. And exhale, mountain pose, hands come to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, flat back, dive down. Halfway lift. And step back to plank. Tucking the elbows in, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, sphinx, upward facing dog. And exhale, keeping the navel into the spine, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Gaze at the hands, make your way to the top of the mat, however you would like, and reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, and Anjali Mudra. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plank pose. We meet in downward facing dog. Before making your way up to the tippy top of the mat for our last full Sun Salutation, halfway lift and fold. Inhale, reach. Maybe you're feeling a little bit warmed up now. And mountain pose. Hands come skyward and exhale, dive. Halfway lift and plant the hands. Plank pose. Nice and strong. Listening to the beautiful sound of your breath as it guides your movements. Meeting in downward facing dog. Then walk up to the top of the mat and find a nice forward fold. Really sending the hips up. Active. One breath here. Inhale, reach up. Big full body breath. Exhale. Take about 2 breaths here in mountain pose, feeling the energy lift up through the feet, the energy of the earth. Maybe finding some connection there. Inhale, reach the palms skyward, they meet. And exhale, fold. Now here, we can step back to downward facing dog, or we can take a little vinyasa. And once we're in our downward facing dog, ground down through the right foot, sweep the left up, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, bring it nice and high in through the chest, stepping it in between the hands into a nice high lunge, lifting up the chest, reach that right heel back, arms sweep overhead. Lifting up, and exhale, finding eagle arms. Your version. Really active here, reaching the arms up, not sinking down into the hips. 2 breaths. Taking your awareness to the upper back. And on this next exhale, take the arms down by the left knee. Inhale, take them back up. Unravel. And exhale, warrior 2. Sink down. Inhale, reach forward, flip the palm and back, reverse your warrior. Exhale, coming into your version of extended side angle. We can have the fingertips on the floor, or we can have the elbow on the knee, whichever works for you. Big breath in, and exhale, straighten the legs, triangle pose. We can reach the hand down toward the leg, or maybe it reaches the mat. Exhale, we twist. Left fingertips replace the right as the right fingertips replace the left as the left hand reaches skyward. Facing the front of the mat, frame the left foot, bending the right knee, folding over the left foot. We can flex this foot if we want. 2 breaths here. Beautiful. Plant that left foot if you lifted it. Drop down into a low lunge. Scoot that right foot back. Sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale. Revolve to the left, nice and strong, keeping the thighs knitted together. Inhale, hands come to heart center. And exhale, the elbow finds the outside of the knee, using the hands to deepen your twist. Feeling the hips open. And we can stay here, or maybe we find a little quadricep stretch, kicking up the back ankle, reaching for the foot, pulling it into the hips. If we're here, we can come onto this outer edge of the foot, really sinking the hips low, creating more space. 2 breaths. Then release the foot, coming back through your low lunge to lift, coming into a runner's lunge before taking an optional vinyasa, or simply sending the hips back into your downward facing dog, whatever feels right to you. Repeating on the other side. Right leg sweeps up, nice and controlled in through the chest. High lunge. Send this left heel back and eagle your arms, being careful to do the opposite of what you just did. 1 big breath in this nice high lunge before we exhale, taking the arms to the inside of the knee. Inhale, press back up. Release the arms and exhale, warrior 2, drawing the shoulders together. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Big side body stretch. And your version of extended side angle. Exhale, triangle pose. And we revolve. Left fingertips come to the mat. Resituate if you need to as we twist. And framing the right foot, bending the left knee, fold over. Keeping length in the spine, reaching the crown forward. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Plant that right foot. Send the left back. Nice high lunge. Inhale. Sweep the arms up. Low lunge, not high lunge. Sweep the arms up. And exhale. Revolve to the right. Big breath. Hands draw to heart center. Maybe we feel something there, something going on. Do a little mental check-in. And then on your next exhale, twist. Stimulate the digestive system, all of those internal organs. Staying here, we're finding a little quadricep stretch, making sure this practice is your own. Sinking the hips down, taking what you need. Beautiful. Release, coming back in through your low lunge. And we are actually going to stand this left leg behind you and come into a modified side plank. I'm going to change up my positioning here so you can see me. Extending, coming into a nice side plank. So everything of yours will probably be opposite of mine. Right arm reaches high. Using the core, lift yourself back up into a nice gate pose prep. And then this one will be fun. This one will get some of the energy moving as well. We have our arms down, our palms facing down, and then we dive. Take the chest forward. Inhale, raise back up, palms flip up, and exhale, dive forward. One more time. Using your breath, dive forward. Then lifting back up. Drawing the knee in to the other one, coming into a nice kneeling pose. Hands come to the small of the lower back, finding a slight little back bend. Nothing too crazy. Inhale, reach up, draw the elbows together. Exhale, start to send the pelvis forward as you slowly reach back, maybe dropping the head. Really just opening up through the heart center here. Feel all of your loving energy, all the love that you have to give and to receive. Then you're reaching back up and switching sides. So you will be probably extending your left leg nice and long. Coming into your side plank. Create space, find a breath. And then we're reaching back up and dive down. Inhale, palms face sky. Exhale, rotate. Maybe sweep the arms behind you. Beautiful. I think this is going to be my fourth one, but that's okay. And back up. This time, taking the leg that's extended, probably your left, behind you, crossing behind you, planting the fingertips if you need help, coming into a little cow face pose. So settling into the middle of the mat, if you've traveled, we can take this moment to resituate ourselves, settle in, root down through the sit bones. Make sure you're comfortable here, and if this is not a position that works for you, modify as you need. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, the right arm comes behind. Bending at the elbows, trying to reach fingertips. Maybe using a strap here or a towel. And then gently folding forward on your next exhale. Still staying rooted down into the mat, not letting the hips lift off. One more breath. Release tension where you find it. Then inhale, lift the chest, release the arms, and prepare to come into a wide-legged forward fold at the back of the mat. So turning over your top foot, ground down through the feet, and find a nice wide-legged forward fold. Plant the right hand down, and inhale, peel the left up. Taking your gaze with it, finding a nice big twist. Maybe reaching that left arm around your back, trying to grab the opposite thigh. Taking a few breaths here, preparing to begin a little cool down. And on your next exhale, gently release and replace, peeling the right arm up. Big full body breath. Taking the same variation you did on the other side. And on your next breath, gently releasing back to a forward fold and coming into cow face pose on the other side. So now your left leg is probably on top. Whichever one you didn't have on top before, settle in, find your ease in this pose. Before reaching the arms up, dropping the opposite arm behind the back. Taking a quick little scan, seeing if you're holding tension in the hips or in the shoulders. And consciously release as you exhale, maybe sending the chest forward. Just noticing where your breath is at in this moment. And then gently lift the chest, release the arms, unravel the legs as you extend them out into a nice staff pose. Flexing the feet, reaching up nice and tall. Take a moment to roll the shoulders back, lifting up through the crown of the head. Just noticing your body on the mat. And then releasing the hands to the sides. Slowly shift your weight back, coming into boat pose. So find your balance spot on the sit bones. And when you're ready, lift the legs off the mat. Seeing if we can keep a nice extended boat pose, but we can always bend the knees and have the shins parallel to the mat if we need to. Whatever suits you today. Maybe you find a little bit of play. We're here for about 2 more breaths. And then wherever you are, releasing down into a nice bound angle, pressing the soles of the feet together. 1 breath to reach up through the crown of the head, finding your spot here. And maybe butterflying the legs out, using some of that energy we've just created. Moving it all around, find some fun, find some play this morning. Add some joy into your day. It's up to you to find or create joy. And then finding some stillness. I invite you to close the eyes for these next few breaths and travel inwards. And taking one last twist for our practice today. Release the hold that you had on your body if you were using your hands. Taking the left hand over to the right knee or the right shin and peel the right arm behind you. Still pressing through the soles of the feet. Coming back through center to easily and gently switch. Peeling the left arm back. Coming back through center. And taking an easy seat or maybe lying down in a shavasana wherever we can find a little bit more presence to end our practice here before we leave the mat. Focusing on letting go of any residual tension we still may be carrying with us. Connecting back to the breath, the easy ebb and flow. The breath that sustains your body, all of your movement, all of your activity, that breathes life into your everyday. Perhaps finding some gratitude for this automatic process that continues to nourish body, mind, and spirit. And once you've settled into your preferred position, we will take a moment or two of silence and stillness. And when you're ready to return back to the room, to your environment, you can gently blink the eyes open. Make any little minor adjustments you may need. And we can take one final breath together. Big, big inhale. And exhale. I thank you for allowing me to guide your practice today, and I encourage you to take with you all of these energetic feelings, this energy that we were able to cultivate in this practice today. Take it with you throughout the rest of the day and notice where you feel it, where you can tap into it. I would love to hear your experience in the comment section down below, and I look forward to the next time we meet. Take care, my lovely friend.